Hola.
I'm sorry, who are you? What are you doing in my house?
You're so dead.
You are such a drama queen.
Not mad, I won't.
You can get away.
Who are you again?
I'm your Spanish teacher.
So I have to speak Spanish for one day.
Well, I actually bought the 100 lesson package.
Will, did you buy me 100 Spanish lessons?
Yeah,
Why?
because you wanted to learn Spanish, dummy.
So first of all, I was wondering where and when did the story come up? How did it come up?
Well, it started about month 2 of the pandemic in May of 2020.
Right.
I was taking online Spanish lessons with an institute in Guatemala. And I found that the connection that I was making with my teacher was interesting. And so I was also feeling frustrated that I couldn't make a movie because we were quarantined. And I called up Natalie very quickly and I said, are you fluent in Spanish? I think you are. And she said, yes. And I said, I'm not, I think it'll be perfect. Do you want to try and do a movie like this? And she said, sure, what's the story? And I said, I literally have no story. We're going to have to come up with it and figure it out.
And something that always caught my attention when, quarantine and Zoom is the backgrounds. So I was wondering if was those your real houses? Was it not real? And how did you decide it?
Yeah, that's a great question. It was very intentional, not only in developing the characters as far as like the aesthetics of the background, but also to show income differences. The house that Adam lives in is much bigger than whatever house or place Cariño lives in. That it seems like she shares with other people, and she has her little office that she teaches from, and that's it. She doesn't have the like free mobility to be by her pool or be wherever. We did shoot most of it in our own houses, but yeah, it was very intentional in there. And every time that you do see Cariño, there are different things in the background. There's little subtle differences in the background, and yeah, I love that too. That's a part of this whole thing that I think is very interesting, because we make judgments about people based on their background, and we don't know what they actually look like beyond this, but we do judge people by that. And I really wanted to make that part of the movie in a sense.
And Mark, there are so many scenes where you have a great Spanish, by the way. You have like scenes where you're like, for example, muy embarazado instead of embarrassing. So in real life, or maybe in that case, you were using some of the words or some of the things that you struggle the most with Spanish. Can you tell me which are those?
I have done the embarazada before. That has happened. But a lot of what you saw were, we designed little jokes and we would put them in there. But I would say just as much of it were, we just allowed little natural accidents to happen. And because the scenes were outlined and they weren't fully scripted out, I personally, as Mark, was struggling to be able to communicate these things clearly. And occasionally I would make little mistakes, or I would slip into, a different language in order to clarify them. And so we liked the idea that we would utilize the fact that my Spanish wasn't perfect, and rather than design all of them, just allow some happy accidents to kind of happen.
I am assuming that you guys are friends and you were friends before. Right. What did you learn from each other? Because this is a really intimate movie. I mean, we only see you guys. We don't see anyone else. So did you learn anything? Well, something that you can share with me, of course, from each other that you didn't know? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I had Mark and I were friends, but not extremely close. I had never acted with him, and I learned how fun that was, because we both really trusted each other and really were vulnerable with each other, and that was really fun to be able to do with another actor. Somebody who is more guarded than Mark would have been much harder to do this movie with.
She has a level of precision that is almost pathological, and a way of getting things right and sticking in. And it's so inspiring to me. I always look at myself as a person who can start off the race really fast. But once I get to about 80% of the finish line, I start slowing down and losing my patience and my steam. And that's where Natalie thrives. And I thought, God, we make such a good team.